Hello, my name is Robin. I'm one of the co-founders at TestZeus, and today we'll show you a new shiny tool that we have given to Hercules. It's basically a new pair of eyes so that Hercules can perform visual assertions on your behalf. So let's get going. First and foremost, here are the key benefits. Now you can perform visual assertions and validations in natural language. Second, not only can you do simple, you can do advanced assertions as well. So let's understand from a quick demo what this actually means. What are simple ones? What are advanced ones? Okay. So I'm sharing my screen over here and we have the testzoos.com website up for reference. What I have done is from our initial Figma designs, I have exported a small image. Now this could come from Figma, this could be a JPG, a PNG or any other snapshot image against which you want to do the visual comparison and validation. I have set up the same image onto my VS Code as the test data. I have specified that my base image is web.png, which is that same image. Now, when we write this simple test case for Hercules, it very simply tells Hercules that given a user is on the URL as testzoos.com, when the user checks if the application state is similar with the base image, then the visual comparison should be successful. So, using the power of visual models, you can run this very simply. What you have to do is you just have to provide the name of the feature file, the location of the output, and your test data, which in this case is your base image. Once we run Hercules, what it will do is it will fire up its multi-agentic architecture with the new tools of using visual assertions and then launch the browser with the website as highlighted, take a screenshot, and then try doing comparisons with what was there and what is there now. This can be enabled very simply, and I will show that also to you in a minute using additional tools. You just have to update one parameter environment file. That being said, Hercules in the background is taking a screenshot, doing a visual comparison using AI and visual models, and then giving you the result. Once it completes the test case, if you go to the proofs folder, we can see that a new folder called compare base image for the feature file is generated. And inside that, if you go to visual comparisons, a JSON file is created which highlights what are the visual similarities and differences. So let's read through this very quickly. So it finds that both images have a similar header with the same logo and navigation. Buttons, also the main heading with the subheading is identical. And there is a large image below the subheading to the right in both images, so on and so forth. So Hercules not only performs the visual assertion, it also tries to logic around the differences and similarities, which is very helpful for the product design and engineering teams. But as I promised, that is just the basic assertion. Now let's look at something much more nuanced, something much more complicated. So not only can you do full image comparisons, you can also ask Hercules to just zoom in and focus on certain components or elements on the UI. So what we are doing over here is we are asking Hercules to launch the same website again, testzoos.com, and wait for a few seconds for the page to load, and then actually visually look for a black colored GitHub button, and then ensure that the visual validation is successful. So if we just go back to the website, this is the GitHub button that we are telling Hercules to verify. Now in this case, running this is very similar to what we did earlier. We don't have to just provide the test data, and we just have to provide the name of this feature file. Now once we run it, what Hercules will do is, again, it will trigger up the browser. It will look using the new fancy tool that we have provided it and the UI. Try to figure out the nuances of this button, not just the locator, the DOM attributes, but also the visual aspects of this button, because as you can see, it has a small thing scrolling around the checkout next to GitHub. So it will try to look for those things as well and then provide the results. Now these things cannot be done by your mundane test automation tools and frameworks, and AI agents can solve this for you. Okay, now again, the proofs are placed back in the proofs folder. And if we see a new folder is created for the GitHub button validation. And at the same location as earlier, we have a small JSON file which highlights the validation results. So if we quickly go through this, it says that okay, black color GitHub button checking was the feature. Yes, the black color GitHub button is present. Location appearance, the GitHub button is located near the top of the page, to the left of the center section that includes the text this, so on, so forth. And it also highlights key visual nuances of the button. So this is a lifesaver for designers and testers alike, not to mention our dear engineers. That being said, to enable visual assertions in your case, you just have to go to your env file and enable or toggle just one thing on for the additional tools. Okay, so if you just have to say load extra tools equal to true, Hercules will start loading all these tools and provide shiny set of new eyes for visual comparisons. After that, comparing screenshots or looking for special visual features is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Literally 1, 2, 3 steps in this case. That brings us to the end of our demo and presentation. You can find us on testzoos.com. Feel free to book time with us and use the world's first open source testing agent for your visual assertions. Thank you and have a nice one. Bye bye.